Hello, beautiful manifestors. It is Olivia Grace, and I'm back with another video, and this is just going to be a brief but impactful reminder for those of you who feel like you're in need and you feel like you need to manifest something. This is what's going to help you do that. So yeah, before I do get started, this is the Master Manifestors channel. Here I talk about manifestation, law of assumption, all that good, amazing stuff. So if you're into that, then I would love to have you be a part of the community. Like the video, subscribe, share it with someone that you think will help. Okay. Hi Ty, hi Voka, hi Celestial, hi Sally, hi Natoya. Oh my gosh, I missed you. Hi Khadijah, hi Bacola, hi Midnight. All right. Hi, Shamira. Hi, Alice Carline. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Shani. Hi, Mika. Hi, AW. Hi, Tava. Hi, Empress. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Creative. Hello, everybody. You guys are pouring in today. All right, y'all. So let's get to the topic, okay? The first thing for you to understand is that you don't need anything because you are everything. All right. And I know you're like, but Olivia, I do. Right now, I need this thing. I don't have this thing, right? I'm looking at my 3D and I don't see this thing. So here's your task. All right. Stop using what is in 3D to identify who you are and what you have. Okay. We just did a really powerful Neville reading in the membership. And this is basically what Neville was talking about is your assumption, okay? Making the assumption of having, okay? Not getting, not hopefully, not I want it. And as long as I'm doing these things, I could get it one day, maybe possibly. Assuming it means that you are accepting it as yours now. When you are feeling like you're in need, this is what God told me about feeling like you're in need, okay? Is that you move out of need in consciousness before you move out of need in 3D, okay? This is where a lot of people are fucking up, okay? They are in need in consciousness and hoping and wishing and praying and wanting the 3D to give them something to bring them out of need consciously, okay? This is the spell that is being broken, you guys, is coming from identifying as lacking, as needing, as separate, and taking on all of your identification from the 3D, okay? As long as you're looking around at what is to decide what you're going to have, what it's going to be, you're going to continue to create what it looks like, what it's been looking like, okay? Your attention is creative power, right? Your attention is creative power. And what you're being asked to do is to move your attention on purpose, intentionally, into the solution, okay? Into the wish fulfilled. You move out of need in consciousness before you move out of need in 3D. Okay? So, can you go to the end of assuming your desire is done? Okay? What does that actually mean? Does that mean that you click off this video and say, wow, that was great? Okay, but my desire is not done because I don't see it. That is a trap, you guys. It is a trap that keeps you in this lower state of consciousness because it keeps you in the chasing identity. It keeps you in, I'll just chase this desire and this goal. And once I get this desire or this goal, I'll have one more little piece of me, right? That's going to allow me to identify as what I want to be. As once I achieve this goal, or I get this thing, or I get this person, or I do this whatever, then it will prove itself to me that I am who I say that I am God of my reality. But until I get that thing, right? I'm not really there yet. Something's still wrong with me. I still have more work to do, right? And so, but think about it, you guys. If you are being reflected at every moment, if moment to moment to moment, reality is reflecting who you are, okay? Then and you never move beyond what you're seeing. How do you ever reflect something different? If every moment reality is reflecting who you are and you continue to look at what is, which is based off your past assumptions and beliefs and thoughts and all of that, if you continue to decide who you are based off the past, how are you ever going to be something new? How are you ever going to be something different? And the big illusion is, well, oh, I'm a manifester. So I can just get these things in 3D to form into a way that proves to me that I am what I want it to be. And that's not necessarily wrong, right? But none of those things are going to prove to you that you are what you want to be. There's no amount of money that's going to allow you to feel rich or feel prosperous from a broke identity. Okay? There's no amount of SPs or texts or hookups or whatever that's going to make you feel loved and important as a person and valuable as a person if your identification is I'm unwanted, I'm rejected. Okay? Go to consciousness first. Stop trying to move around everything in 3D without changing who you think you are. This is what the law of assumption is. Your thoughts are creating your reality. Your identity is creating your thoughts. Okay? So go right to your identity and identify as the one who has, okay? The one who is experiencing, the one who is in the wish fulfilled. If you're sitting here right now, obviously you came to this video. Some of you guys, I know some of y'all just came to the video because you want to come to the video. But some of you are like, yeah, I really need something. I'm the one that needs something. Who is saying that? Okay? Who is saying that? Let's first of all realize that everything is happening in a moment to moment basis. So you might have needed something in the previous moment and right now it could be fulfilled. In fact, that is exactly how it will unfold. You will be in a moment of not having or not seeing what you want in 1 second. And in the next second, you will be in the moment of having it and seeing it. And who gets to decide when that is? You do. You don't realize that you are always conditioning the I am every single time you open your mouth, every time you make a decision, every time you say, well, it's not here yet. So who's saying that, y'all? Who do you think is saying that? It's you. But guess what? It's God because you're God. So you're using your wand to say, it's not here yet. And then looking around like, damn, it's hard out here, bruh. I don't know why it's not here yet. You know what? I probably need to do some other stuff to get it to come to me because it's not with me. It's out there somewhere. This is the illusion that you're moving out of, okay? You're not getting anything, okay? You're not getting anything that you don't have, okay? You're realizing something. You're uncovering the illusion that says it's separate. You don't have it. It's not yours, right? And you're realizing it, you're deciding it, you're choosing it. And when you decide and when you choose, it becomes available to you. Okay? The same way, I used this analogy before, but think about like a college student, right? And they're choosing between being a doctor or a lawyer. And at that moment of choice, they don't know how to be either of those things. Okay. This is like the person saying, well, I want to be a doctor, but I don't know anything about being a doctor. So I guess that's impossible. I just can't do that. No, dog. The moment that you desire and choose to be a doctor, you go down a bridge of events that leads you to being a doctor. Everything that you don't know or you don't have, you acquire because you choose to go down that path, right? This is the same thing with manifestation. So when you say, now, if that person says, I really want to be a doctor, but all I see is lawyer books in front of me, so I guess I got to be a lawyer, bro. I'm just going to be a lawyer. Who's making that decision? He gets to the end of his to the end of graduation. And he's like, yeah, I'm a lawyer because all that was available to me was the lawyer book. It was right in front of me, so I guess that's what I had to be. No, all along it was his decision, right? That made him the lawyer. He could have chose to be the doctor, but he went based off of what is in front of him, right? So they're both existing. Both paths are existing. It doesn't matter what you're seeing right now. It doesn't matter what it's looking like right now. It don't matter what it's been looking like right now. All what it's looking like and what it's been looking like has been a product of your assumptions, okay? And here's the thing, I'll test it. You don't have to believe me. I don't give a fuck if you believe me or not. I have manifested so many things in my life that I don't need anybody to confirm that shit to me. You look at your brain, look at your thoughts, look at what you're dwelling on all day long. You gonna see that it matches exactly what you got going on. I'm getting hot and cold results because your mind is hot and cold, because you waver in your mind, because you're not solidified in your new identity, because you get blown from this away to that away and this away to that away because you identify who you are based off of what's going on in 3D. As long as you identify what's going on based off of what's going on in 3D, you're going to be all over the place. Okay. That's like saying, I can only be happy when the sun is out. Oh, every time it's nighttime, then I'm evil. Okay, like that's gonna fuck you up, because guess what? The sun goes down every single day. Like what? So every time the sun goes down, you just got to be evil. You lose control of yourself. Like that's what you're saying. You are not here. And here's the illusion that actually has us in a chokehold within the manifestation community, is really truly believing and thinking that there's something outside of us that can confirm to us who we are. Okay? We're really thinking, oh yeah, let me just get this thing. Oh yeah, let me just get this money. And then it'll totally, once I hit the lottery, I'll be an abundant person. I can totally claim it then. But until then, I'm just the person that's wishing and hoping to be, right? God doesn't wish or hope for shit. You decide, what is it that I am? And until you're able to do that, okay, until you're able to decide beyond what is, y'all, you're going to keep creating what is. So if you need something right now, and that's why you clicked on this, you're like, I need something, I don't have it. Realize who's saying that though. Who's saying that? The I am, the all-knowing one, the all-powerful one is saying that. The all-knowing version of you is saying, I need something right now. And you are abracadabraing your reality to need something right now. In the same way that you need something right now, you can move in consciousness with the same power and say, I have it right now. It's mine right now. It already happened for me. Wow, thank you. Amazing. It happened for me. It's done. Okay? But there's nobody out here, there's nothing out here that's going to make that decision for you. Okay? There's nothing out here that's going to make you that decision for you. And you will keep chasing shadows. You will keep chasing things in 3D. You'll keep chasing manifestations. You'll manifest whatever it is that you want right now, whatever it is you need right now. And you'll find yourself in the exact same position in the next week or the next month because you haven't moved in consciousness. As long as you're dependent on the 3D to tell you who you are, you're going to be all over the place. The law of assumption is inviting you to call the unseen as though it were. This is how God does. God did not say, wow, I think some planets used to spin around here before, so this might be a good place for a universe. Okay? It wasn't like that. It was like, ooh, I would like a universe out of the nothing, out of the nowhere. That's just what it is. That's what God power is. That's the power that you have. And you're always, let me emphasize this before I go, you're always exercising that power. You are not just exercising this power when you sit down and affirm. You're not just exercising this power when you watch my videos and say, wow, yeah, she's right. You're exercising the power when you click off the video and say, yeah, but this thing hasn't really happened and they haven't hit me up, so it's not real yet. You're exercising the power then. You're exercising the power when you allow your old negative limiting stories about yourself to perpetuate. When you look in the mirror and say, I'm not good, I'm not this, I'm not that until I get these things, you're saying that. Okay? You are all that is. You are God manifested. Everything that you say is true. Everything that you claim is true because you're the one that makes things true. There are no facts. It's all facts and it's all lies. It's all real and it's all unreal. There's not shit going on here. And everything's going on here. That's the world that we're in. And you have the directing power. You have the power of focus, of attention, of consciousness to select. And you need to exercise it. And you need to practice. And this is why I be telling y'all, practice. Practice deciding things in your life. Not based off of what's possible, what makes sense. Practice deciding things just because that's what you would prefer. Practice when your boss tells you we're going to have a meeting and you don't want to go to a fucking meeting. Cancel the meeting in your mind. Go to the assumption, you know what, there is no meeting. There is no meeting. And watch your boss call you like, oh yeah, you know what, I actually got to go golfing. We're having no meeting. Practice assuming beyond what you're seeing, okay? And if you need something right now, you are going to move from need in your consciousness, okay, before you move in 3D. So if you're going to sit here and look at 3D and wait for 3D to move for you, Before you decide that it's done, that you have it now, that you're not needing anymore, right? You're going to be sitting there looking for a while. Okay? All right. I'm intending that prospers you immensely. Okay, let me read your comments really quick, and then I'm about to go. Hello to everyone that I didn't say hi to. Been saying I want to go to Jamaica for the last 2 weeks. Today, my friend was like, "Do you want to go to Jamaica with me next week? I'll get your ticket." She had no idea I wanted to go to Jamaica. That's amazing. Have the best time, Ty. I was on vacation for my niece's birthday the past weekend, and you kept going live the exact moments I was in shambles. Oh, that's amazing. I'm glad that you're calmed now, Reality Godfester. Remember who you are, girl. Okay. Ironically, I'm at the casino and I'm down. How can I manifest my way up? You're not down, you're up. All you can be is up. All you could be is up. Y'all, listen, identify with your God self. I've been studying the Bible, like I told you guys. I've been studying the Bible the way that Neville studied the Bible, metaphysically, right? And the repeating, there is a repeating message. Almost every freaking verse is saying the same thing. Go to your consciousness first. Go to your consciousness first. Go to your consciousness first. Go to God first. And everything else follows that. Okay? But this is the thing, y'all. I'm going to use Liliana. I'm going to use you as an example. If you sitting at the casino and you like, damn, I'm down. I need somebody else. I need something to roll in my favor. I need to hit the jackpot before I decide I'm up. But until I hit that jackpot, I'm down. How do you think that's going to go? Go to your consciousness first. Guess what? You're God over the casino. Okay? You're God to the chips. You're God to the cards. You're God to the slots. You get to decide how's it going. You get to decide I'm up or I'm not. Okay? You're up. Period. You can't not be up. You're God. Identify. Really believe all that shit that y'all be talking about. All this law of assumption shit, right? Oh, I'm God of my reality. Oh, everything is subject to me. Oh, this reality is my control. Everything goes the way that I say, but I can't really have what I want. Oh, but this isn't working out. What are you talking about? Choose right now, y'all. Choose your adventure. Are we going the muggle way or are we going God's way? Are you going the muggle way? Are you going the victim way? Are you going subject to circumstance way? If that's your way, dude, you're better off being a muggle. You're better off going ahead and getting on government assistance so that you can get your help from somewhere because it ain't going to come from you, right? You're better off living like that. You will find more comfort in that. But if you're going to go the God self way, if you want to experience beyond what you ever been to, abandon all that other bullshit, abandon the limitation, abandon the victim mindset, abandon 3D, okay? Stop looking to 3D to tell you what the fuck is going on, all right? Stop looking to 3D to tell you what the fuck is going on, unless you want to be a muggle, okay? All right. What about telling yourself you're always right or you know everything? That sounds like how God talked to itself, right? I don't have to prove it to be it. Oh, Princess, I'm so glad you said that. I don't have to prove it to be it. You know why? Because you've been it. You're already it. There's nothing that you can prove to what you are right now. Okay? You can't prove anything to what you are. That's the fallacy, right? That Neville calls it, the folly, right? Oh yeah, I can go get these things in 3D to prove to me who I am. Is the same way for you playing video games and playing Grand Theft Auto and saying once CJ gets this club or this penthouse, I'll know I'm rich. No, dog, you are what you are already. You're just here playing around. You're just here expressing. You're just here vibing. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing for you to prove. And when you move out of trying to prove and you move into being, just being what it is that you want instead of trying to prove, God is not trying to prove shit. When the devil was tempting, Jesus was like, oh, so you God, jump off this roof then. Why didn't Jesus jump? It didn't matter. Jesus would have been fine. But he's like, I don't have to prove shit to you. You don't have to prove things to doubt. You don't have to prove things to the lower mind. Just stand steady in what you are and who you are. Okay? Stop trying to prove shit, y'all. And just identify, appropriate the state, right? Appropriating the state means taking it with no proof, no permission, no anything. Okay? All right. Oh my gosh, amazing, Capri. Capri says, oh my God, I've been in my God state and manifested a new home. We move in 2 weeks. Persistence is the key. Keep doing what you're doing. Amazing. Congratulations. That's incredible. Not, I guess we're going to be evil every day. You're hilarious. I would love to party on your balcony. I was thinking about that when I was in New York. Bruh, I almost folded into losing my apartment and going to the shelter. I refuse. I'm not built for no dorm ass life. Reality manifested. Be for real. Look at your name. Look at what you know. Listen when I tell you, I've been there, okay? I've been there more times than I'd like to admit. Of damn, am I gonna have to be in a homeless shelter? Fuck no, it's impossible. It's impossible. You're God. Your apartment is yours. Everything is yours. It already worked out for you. That's the only thing that you can give any attention to. And I already know you're going to come with the success story, period. That's the only way that it could go. That's the only way that it ever went. You're actually not folding into losing your apartment. Right now, your apartment is saying, are you believing the 3D? Is this what you identify as? Is this what you decide who you are from? What's going on? And you get to say yes or no. But you already know the answer. All right. Thank you, Shamir. Up and stuck, period. Hey, seeded fruit, I miss you too. When I stood on business and kept saying it's now, within days, I'm seeing signs of manifestation coming into my 3D. Yes, princess, of course you are. Duh, you're amazing. Okay. Yes. Finally, at a place where I no longer want to come on here and type out my circumstances. Empress, take a bow. Take a bow. And honestly, you guys, every state that you could be in is valid, okay? You sometimes you got to tell your circumstance. You sometimes you got to tell it over and over so somebody like me could be like, "Do you realize that you're saying that every time you come on here?" Like, do you realize that you're identifying like that every time you say that? Do you realize that you're God in action no matter what? When you're focusing negatively, when you're focusing positively, you're God in action. So it doesn't matter if you focus on failure or success, you're God in action and you're manifesting that to be true. It actually doesn't matter if it's true right now, right? It doesn't matter if it's true right now. What you're focusing on and giving attention to is what's expanding. Right. How can I stay on my God energy? They say to meditate on the word day and night, right? Just and honestly, it becomes a practice when you practice it for a while, you won't like it will gain its own momentum. Basically, as you've been living, you've been practiced in the state of a victim, of a muggle, of judging by appearances, of, oh, I'm a victim, everything's happening to me, right? But the first thing to staying in the God state, y'all, is awareness. Okay. A lot of times you're not even aware that you've slipped out of the God state or that you're being a victim to your circumstance until you find yourself in some shit, right? The some shit going on in 3D is the final expression of what you've been mentally feeding on. Okay. But if you're aware of your thoughts and you're like, damn, I shouldn't really be thinking that I'm not going to have my rent paid. I shouldn't really be thinking that this person's going to reject me. I shouldn't really be thinking that life's hard and it's always going to be hard, right? This is not what I would want to be true. And this is how you ask, right? For me, is this thought something that I'd want to be true? Is this thought something that I'd want to manifest immediately, instantly? If not, then it's not worth my attention. And it also comes to discipline, you guys. It is very easy to let 3D tell you who you are. Okay. It's very easy to let 3D tell you who you are. It's very easy to let what's going on rattle you and shake you. And honestly, you guys, our soul, like the soul, God part of us that came here, wanted it to be like that. Nobody wants the game to be whack. Nobody wants the game to be super easy. Okay? A lot of us, you're probably not going to enjoy playing Super Mario because it's too simple. You want intricacies. You want storylines. You want drama. You want this. You want that. And the soul is like, give me, I want razzle and dazzle me. Like, give me some shit to really believe, right? To really think. God was like, I mean, I can't not be God, but I can forget, right? And you're just at whatever degree of forgetting. And if you're here, you want to remember. So continuously remind yourself. That's why I named that membership the Godstate Remembrance, because it truly is something that you have to remind yourself daily who you are, what you're not subject to, what's not a problem for you. You're above it. You got to keep reminding yourself, I'm above this shit. Okay? We started our 30-day wealth challenge today. You guys can still join. You guys can join whenever you want. And your first 7 days are free. The link is in the description if you guys want to join. But I'm telling y'all everything here. This is just if you're someone who needs consistency, you want a supportive group, you want to, I'm interpreting the Bible verses metaphysically in there. If you want any of that, then you'll love it over there. But even if not, remind yourself daily, y'all. Every day. I have been studying manifestation for over 10 years now. I still remind myself daily who the fuck I am. Okay? All right. I love you guys. Thank you, Felicia. I love that. Not do it for the plot. Princess is friggin' hilarious. Literally, though. Don't you want it to be a good dream? Don't you want it to be fun? Don't you want it to be lit? It can be. Look, this dream could be your worst nightmare or your best dream, your greatest, your wildest fantasy. And you get to build that with your thoughts. Not you spend more at the club than 1 month in her Patreon. You're worth it. Okay, that's the promo I didn't know I needed. Love that, Lisa. And hey, that's the truth. But look, I all I know is I'm not I'm not here to force anybody, right? I'm not here to force or convince anybody. Those that are like, hell nah, $50 for a bottle is worth it, but $50 for my consciousness is not. That's where you're at in this moment in time. And I still love you and you're still worthy and that's cool. But if you're ready, because I think I said it in the intro post, this is for those that are really looking to expand your consciousness. This is not those that are like, how do I get a text? All right. I'm just saying. It's different, it's levels to this shit. And there's nothing wrong with, oh, how do I get a text? Because it's a step on the level. All right. Not lemon drop shot of God. Y'all are friggin' hilarious. I love you, Ammo. Paula, you don't know how to access it? Do you have you should be able to go through like you don't have to get the app, I don't believe. I believe that it should be sending it like to your email. You should be getting notifications. Let me know if you're still having problems, okay? Um no, you're not getting any. Did you sign up for the Patreon? It's a link in there if you did, and it should be, yeah, it should be sending you notifications and things like that. But anyhow, I love you guys. And I'm intending this prospers you immensely. I'm already seeing your success stories. You guys are like, oh my God, Olivia, I was actually really needing something and I came on your live and I was like, wow, this is so synchronistic, right? Like, oh, wow, she's talking about needing something and I need something. And then it manifested for me. It happened instantly, easily, perfectly, abundantly. It was amazing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Congratulations. I'm already congratulating you. That's amazing. You actually did it and you already did it. You were sitting here thinking like, dang, I didn't do it and it's not happening. And then this like woke you the fuck up because of how I was talking to you. You're like, what is she talking? I don't need to worry about this shit. This shit is already done. And then it was just like that, period. Okay? So can't wait to hear your success stories. Amazing. Intending it prospered you immensely. I know that it did. And I will see you guys in a video soon.